Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about power supplies, more specifically the Fractal Design Edison M 750 watt power supply, which they sent out to me recently along with the Define R5 Blackout Edition to use for my Skylake test system that I built last week using that i5 6600K and the 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory from Corsair. So I built the PC last week and I've been using the power supply ever since. Just wanted to share my overall experience and opinions on the power supply with you. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. So this is a semi-modular power supply, which means all of your necessary power connections are already attached to the power supply, like your 24-pin ATX, 8-pin CPU, as well as a dual 8-pin PCI connector for your dedicated graphics. Along with that, you do get the extra connectors you would need for powering SATA and Molex devices, an extra 8-pin CPU connector, as well as 2 more 8-pin PCI connectors for an extra graphics card. You also have some extra cable ties in here, as well as a 4-pin to Molex adapter in case you need that for a fan header, something like that, and a carrying bag to put all of your extra cables in when you're said and done with your build. In addition to being semi-modular, this is an 80+ gold rated power supply, so you got your power efficiency covered there. And Fractal Design also has you covered with various types of protections like over and under voltage protection, over power protection, short circuit protection, over current protection, as well as over temperature protection. So there's a lot of protection going on here, boys, and always wear protection. The Edison M does use high-quality Japanese capacitors, which are rated all the way up to 105 degrees Celsius, and keeping the unit cool is a 120mm fluid dynamic bearing fan. The fluid dynamic bearing fan that they use in this is fairly quiet for the most part. When I was getting into full load situations like benchmarking and running really intensive games, rendering out stuff, I did start to notice that the fan would kick in, and I definitely could hear it over some of the other fans in the system. So the Edison M definitely does its job. You know, it's a 750 watt power supply, and I've got no complaints as far as the performance of the unit are concerned. I also happen to like the look of the unit with the Fractal Design logo on the side and the pressed metal up on top with the snowflake design that they have pressed into there. So I like all of that as far as that's concerned. The issues that I do have with this power supply are the price and the aesthetic of the cables. Now, they've chose to use a semi-modular design here, and being that it is priced at around $125 to $145, depending on where you go. I saw it for $145 on Newegg, $125 on Amazon. That's for a 750 watt semi-modular power supply. They have some stiff competition in this area, especially EVGA, who has a 750 watt G2 power supply, which is fully modular, also 80+ gold, and it's actually only $115, so $10 less than the cheapest price that I could find on the Edison M power supply on Amazon. In addition to that being fully modular, it also has completely black cables. The rubber components that go over the copper wires underneath the sleeving are completely black on the EVGA power supply. With the Fractal Design, the 24-pin ATX connector is actually got that sort of like rainbow assortment color of cables, which I don't think look particularly flattering in any build. I know in my all black build it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, and I really wish it wasn't there. And I hope that this is something that Fractal will address in the future, because otherwise they've got a really good performing power supply. I just think at the current price point of around $125 to $145, it's kind of, you know, in an odd place, as, you know, it's not fully modular. It does have sort of the quirk of that rainbow colored ATX connector, which I don't think a lot of people are going to like. It also uses these flat like belt style cables almost, which also not really a big fan of. Wish they would just, you know, stick to something simple, all black sleeved. Would be really nice. Something like, you know, we see in the EVGA power supplies that are just all black and everything, and it fits in with any build. So yeah, it's hard to, you know, recommend it at that price point when there are arguably better power supplies out there for a lower price point. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now, guys. If you want links, they're going to be down in the description below for this power supply, as well as the EVGA one that I was talking about over on Amazon. So check those out, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ta-ra.